Hey guys, thank you for watching the SlatRock channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. And if you've already done so, just make sure that it's still active. Guys, today we present you with 10 recent WWE Backstage stories that never came out. Number 10. You can't get away with insulting a Canadian, Vince. One of the most memorable moments on WWE television in the past year featured Kevin Owens brutally attacking Vince McMahon. No one expected McMahon to engage in a physical confrontation at the age of 72, let alone take such a beating. Owens delivered a devastating headbutt before hitting multiple high-impact moves in the segment. McMahon was busted open for a shocking visual. Owens talked about the angle on Talk is Jericho and what Vince wanted from the segment. Jericho specifically asked what McMahon was saying to Owens when the camera caught him muttering words to him shortly before the headbutt. Owens confirmed that McMahon was verbally ripping him to shreds using swear words and personal insults. It seems that Vince was trying to anger Owens to ensure he didn't hold anything back when delivering the headbutt heard around the world. Number 9. The story of Forgetful Vince. WWE made a huge decision at the beginning of 2016 when signing multiple talents from New Japan. AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura have been huge success stories as they faced each other at WrestleMania 34 for the WWE Championship. The forgotten signings from the same time featured Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson joining the company as a tag team. Gallows had a few former stints in WWE, mostly known for being a part of the Straight Edge Society as CM Punk's henchman. However, the other character of Festus was memorable for all the wrong reasons. Luckily for Gallows, McMahon apparently has zero memory of his former life in WWE. Various stories on podcasts have seen Gallows discuss Vince thinking it was his first time in WWE. Given the embarrassment of Festus, Gallows is extremely happy McMahon doesn't remember him. Number 8. Who's the man behind Jinder Mahal's promos? Vince McMahon has almost zero influence on the non-televised live events. Other producers and backstage personnel make those decisions. The agents book the promos and finishes on the show for the most part. One extremely rare instance of McMahon getting involved on the live event saw him trying to help Jinder Mahal become the top heel in the company last year. Mahal was getting the push of a lifetime as the #1 contender for the WWE Championship after a career of being an enhancement talent. McMahon individually wrote promos for Jinder and sent him notes on how to portray his character on the live events. Mahal says it helped him get the confidence to grow as a performer and get prepared for his run as a main eventer. Number 7. The man who made Jonathan Coachman cry. The backstage personality of Vince McMahon can see him be a cruel and serious person. However, even the boss appears to have fun with many company pranks over the years. One prank to feature current talent saw him bring Jonathan Coachman to tears. During the earlier years of his WWE broadcasting career, McMahon decided to pull a very elaborate prank on Coachman. Many wrestlers placed bets on college football backstage with Coach pooling the money. McMahon paid cops to arrest Coachman for running a gambling ring. The wrestlers looked down on him and Vince chewed him out, calling him a disgrace to the job. Coachman broke down in tears in the back of a cop car as they drove to take him to jail. The cops brought Coach back to the arena a few minutes later and McMahon had a huge laugh, revealing the prank. Number 6. Don't approach Vince when he's hungry. Chris Jericho has revealed more fascinating stories about Vince McMahon than any other wrestler. Between hosting 2 podcasts every week and writing a handful of books, Jericho has given us a great insight into life working for McMahon. One unbelievable story featured Jericho attempting to pitch an idea for his angle with Bray Wyatt. Jericho realized the storyline was starting to lose momentum and wanted to bring Shawn Michaels back into it. The story would see his former enemy side with him as his manager to combat the Wyatt family. McMahon shut down the idea not because he hated it, but due to being too hungry to care. Jericho stated that Vince turns down ideas if you try to talk him into it while he's hungry and in a bad mood. Number 5. Story behind John Cena's proposal to Nikki Bella. John Cena decided to have one of the biggest moments in his life in the middle of a wrestling ring. A lackluster match teaming with his girlfriend Nikki Bella against The Miz and Maurice confused fans. No one understood why Cena would be used in such a forgettable match until the aftermath. Cena proposed to Nikki in the ring, and the world got to witness them get engaged. An interview with Cena saw him state that Vince McMahon was the only person that knew about it ahead of time. McMahon gave him the okay to take all the time he needed to have such an important moment. The loyalty of Cena to WWE for the past decade has seen him become a favorite of McMahon. WWE 24 showed Vince overjoyed, embracing both Cena and Nikki after the big moments. It was only a few days before WrestleMania that this news broke on the internet. WWE insiders, Stephanie, Triple H, WWE writers, nobody knew this. Number 4. Wrong place, wrong time for Sami Zayn. Every wrestler wants to have a close relationship with Vince McMahon, but it's not in the cards for everyone. Sami Zayn is one wrestler that has admitted that he has yet to form a close relationship with the boss despite being on the roster for a few years now. One story was shared on Talk is Jericho when Zayn discussed a hilarious interaction. Jericho talked about hanging out with Zayn backstage at Raw during McMahon's birthday. The close relationship between Jericho and McMahon saw the former wish the latter a happy birthday greeting. Vince reacted by giving Jericho a big hug. Zayn followed up by wishing McMahon a happy birthday and received a different reaction. Vince grunted and didn't even say a word to Sami. Some say Vince is a racist, but we'll never know why he reacted the way he did. Number 3. Pity tale of Constable Corbin. The roughhousing antics of Vince McMahon backstage has become a part of his personality that fans know. McMahon is considered a high school jock in an old man's body. Baron Corbin is one of the former NFL players to make a successful career in WWE. The Talk is Jericho appearance of Corbin saw him talk about his relationship with Vince at that point. McMahon loved getting involved in violent ribs with Corbin. The funniest story featured Vince body-checking Corbin into the wall in gorilla position out of nowhere. Corbin revealed he was livid and was going to swing at whoever did it before realizing it was his 72-year-old boss. While Vince loves dishing the physical blows, he hates others doing it, as seen when he suspended Titus O'Neil for grabbing his arm on stage. Number 2. Who ended Jericho and Lesnar's backstage brawl? One of the most interesting backstage stories to leak out featured a near fight in gorilla position between two major names. Brock Lesnar brutally bloodied Randy Orton with terrifying stiff shots, looking more like an MMA fight than a wrestling match at SummerSlam 2016. Chris Jericho was upset that Lesnar appeared to be breaking the code by legitimately hurting a fellow wrestler, despite it being a work. The podcast appearance of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn saw them discuss the story with Jericho. Lesnar grabbed Jericho and asked him if he was going to kiss him in a mocking tone. It was revealed that Vince McMahon was the one to get in between the two wrestlers to break up the scuffle. McMahon apparently yelled at Jericho for confronting Brock to start the issue. Guys, I'm glad Vince stepped in, wouldn't you agree? Number 1. The old man respects AJ Styles. Many of the stories about Vince McMahon are negative due to how cruel of a boss he can be. However, there have been some examples of wrestlers having great interactions with McMahon believing in them. AJ Styles instantly became a favorite of Vince's after his outstanding matches in the main event picture against top guys Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and John Cena. Wrestling fans always wanted to see Styles vs. Nakamura at WrestleMania. This was a reality thanks to Styles. Styles revealed that he was in talks with McMahon for almost a year about saving this match for the big stage of WrestleMania. Both men were top stars in Japan and had a classic there a few years ago. McMahon wanted to have them face off earlier, but Styles talked him into waiting. This match happening on such a big show is due to Vince trusting AJ's judgment here. Well guys, that's our video. Can you think of any other recent WWE backstage stories that never came out? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, please check out our previous video, 9 controversial remarks wrestlers recently made about WWE. Also, check out our other high-rated videos by clicking in the upper right-hand corner or down in the description field. If you did like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button to get more content just like this and the bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, and as always, thanks for watching.